E-waste stands for electronic waste. Any discarded electronic or electric devices. This includes laptops, TV, refrigerators, ACs, washing machines, solar panels, medical devices, etc. Hello everyone, my name is Anurag and today I am going to talk about EPR on e-waste. Do you know India generated over 1.71 million tons of e-waste in financial year 2021, which was increased 32% from previous financial year. That's roughly 500 million discarded electronic devices annually, and by the 2025, the number is expected to double. Here's what a typical smartphone contains: 17 rare earth metals, lead, mercury, cadmium, lithium, plastic, and brominated flame retardants, whose improper disposal leads to groundwater pollution, airborne toxins, cancer, and neurological damage. Over 90% of India's e-waste handled by the informal sector, often without gloves, masks, and ventilations. A single CRT monitor contains up to 4 kg of lead. The result: increased in health hazards and environmental degradation. EPR, or Extended Producer Responsibility, means that companies, not just consumers, must take care of the waste their product generate. This includes manufacturers, producers and importers, refurbishers, recyclers. Under EPR, businesses must collect and recycle a percentage of what they sell, work with government-authorized recyclers, upload data to an online portal, fulfill annual targets, or face penalties. In 2023, EPR targets for producers were set at 60% of the previous year's sales, increasing by 10% annually until it reaches 80%. Let's quickly trace the evolution of e-waste regulation in India. In 2011, first e-waste rules introduced, binding. In 2016, EPR becomes legally binding. May 2022, major amendments made. In April 1st, 2023, new e-waste management rules 2022 go into effect. Unregistered producers or recyclers are now banned from operating. The CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, uses a portal to monitor registration, compliance, and annual filing. Are you affected by EPR? If you are one of the following: manufacturer, producer, refurbisher, and recycler. In 2023, India had over 4,000 registered EPR entities, and the number is growing. Producers must meet collection targets based on their past sales, provide proof of recycling, EPR certificates, file quarterly and annual reports. In Schedule 1 of 2022 rules, list covered items under 7 categories, which includes IT and telecom, phones, routers, PCs, consumer electronics, TV, washing machines, solar panels, medical devices, electrical tools, toys, and equipment.
Over 100 types of equipments
fall under these rules. Globally, e-waste is a rising concern. In 2023, the world generated 62 million tons of e-waste. Only 22% was recycled properly. The rest was burned or landfilled. China is the leading e-waste generator in the world, followed by US and then our country India, which stands in third position in terms of generating e-waste. India recycles only 20% of the e-waste formally. EPR aims to fix this. Without EPR, waste piles up, health costs rise, valuable resources are lost, and with EPR, companies are accountable, recycling becomes traceable, pollution is reduced, informal workers can be brought into the formal sector. A single ton of e-waste can recover 130 kg of copper, 22 kg of aluminium, 0.5 kg of gold. EPR is not just a policy, it's a responsibility. If you are a business, know your obligations. If you are a consumer, support responsible brands. If you care about the future, share the message. Like, share, and subscribe for more sustainability insights, and let us know in the comments what should India need to do to combat the e-waste